Lewis Show. My guest this morning's story has been told time and time again. He is a professional bowler, a member of the PBA, the Professional Bowlers Association. He won the World Championship first time out of the box. Had his story told in a television series for 1 year, and continues the grind of being a professional sports person. And we are pleased to say good morning to Tom Smallwood. Tom, good morning.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. For those that may live in a shell, before we get to your recent stuff, tell everybody the story of how Tom Smallwood becomes a professional bowler and wins a world title.
Just one of those things I kind of bowled my entire life, and it was kind of a side thing. It was never really a profession for me. I did some out-of-state bowling in here and there, and amateur events. Always loved it, but generally did something else, and then that was kind of my side thing,
including working for General Motors.
Including for General Motors, yeah. So I got laid off in 2008. Was it?
Kind of think that's about what.
Yeah, 2008, like somewhere in December, and just assumed he called back anytime. So I found it time to go practice a lot. I'm like, well, there's something coming up in January. I can go bowl in Vegas. There's good money out there. I bowled at events before that, out there for like 7 or 8 years, and
still an amateur. You're not
still an amateur, yeah. But you can go out there, you make $20,000-$30,000 in 2 weeks. So
no, that'd be nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So I called my old sponsor back up, and he's like, yeah, whenever you want to bowl, let's go do it. And I kind of bowled, waiting to get called back.
So I understand that Tom has relationships with our station because his lovely wife Jen has worked here forever.
Like 75 years, I think.
Yeah, 75 years. She's much older than you are.
Yeah.
She's going to come running out of her office pretty soon. So what happens when you get laid off? You go to your wife and you say, I'm going to become a professional bowler. I'm not going back to work.
There's some mixed emotions in that one. And she's been supportive the whole way, but obviously you have a good job and you laid off, and it was basically what it said. I said, if I don't get called back by the time the tour trials start up for the PBA, which is an event they have every year where 100 to 150 people bowl, top 5 or 6 or 7 where they have spots for that year, they're exempt the following season on tour, so you're a full-time PBA member.
Yeah. And
so you can bowl every event without bowling like a pre-tournament qualifiers. Yeah, which are hard to get out of, almost impossible. So, and I never thought I'd be laid off that long. And, we get to June and I'm still not called back. And I'm like, well, the tour trials are actually in Detroit this year. I'm going to go. And, I had a sponsor, and, one of those things where like, well, if you're going to bowl for a living, you really don't want to give half of your money away if you win. So, it was hard to, throw up a couple $1,000s for me to go bowl on a whim to, if I make it, I bowl for a living then and literally quit my GM job. And, she was on board for the most part, like any wife would be. I'm sure there's lots of doubts there, but, luckily that had a great week. Us bowling really well going into it. Got a, good start, and, I finished second that tour trials to be exempt the following year, which, guaranteed me a weekly check from the PBA at that time. They were, every week you bowled, you're guaranteed to bowl a check. So
even if you didn't cash,
yeah. It was exempt field of 64 bowlers. And that was all it was. So I made that, and
been in the PBA since, right?
Right. And then literally in the first World Series of bowling there was, which is the first events I bowled, I made 2 TV shows, and I went to the major at the end of it.
That was amazing. The thing that amazed me about it, though, here you are, a world champion. You win the PBA World Championship. I ran into you in a parking lot someplace, and you had your pickup truck, and you had the trophy on the front seat. It was a little tiny plastic thing. I mean, it looked like nothing.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know where that's at. I think that's still in the Castle Museum, I think.
It probably is.
It's been there since I won. But yeah, No, I mean it changed my life obviously forever. It changed the path of it for sure. And sometimes, getting older now, I don't know if it's for the better or the worse, but I've had some great times out there. Get to experience. I've traveled the world through bowling. Experiences I've gotten is amazing. I spend every summer, all summer with my kids. Yeah, I am gone 3 months a year for the here and there, but when I'm home, I'm theirs. So I think I get to spend more time with my kids than a normal worker would be able to do.
Well, and not only that, folks, he's a pretty darn good golfer, and your son's even better.
Yeah, he's my perfect excuse nowadays to go golfing. Don't tell my wife though, but yeah, he wants to play all the time. So yeah, he wants to play all the time. So he can't play by himself, so I have to go with him.
You have to, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, that's now he we
really feel sorry for you.
Yeah, he's figuring it out these days, bowling and golf. It's fun to watch.
Well, and the life of a professional sports figure, everybody, tends to look at the big sports figures and you create this image, put them on a big pedestal and everything. It can be a tough road to hoe.
Yes and no. I mean, bowling's a little bit different sport. It's a fringe-ish sport.
Yeah, but there's still money involved. There's still a living involved.
Yeah,
and practice.
You do meet people that are at awe, but I am as average day guy that I've ever been.
You always have been. I mean, you haven't changed at all.
So yeah, it's I still love doing the clinic stuff, going around traveling a little bit and seeing people. I'm going to New York here in a few weeks to do it, and
that's PBA sanctioned. They set it up.
No, this is all we do it on our side, which a lot of people do it nowadays. We have so much off time. We're off 7 months, 8 months a year.
Yeah.
So you got to figure something to do. And no, we do though. I do maybe 5 to 10 a year, and they're fun to do. You get to meet new people all the time. I hunt a little too much. I've met so many people for hunting. I've got some pretty incredible hunting around through bowling. That's my one big perk, I think, for my job.
All right, we're going to take a quick break then. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about the United States Bowling Congress. Their big championship just happened. Tom did very well. We'll tell you all about it when we return here on the Art Lewis Show.
At Crystal Clear Hearing in Saginaw.
All right, we're back with you in studio with me, Tom Smallwood, professional bowler, member of the PBA, done many, many television events where he's made the Final Four. But recently, a couple of months anyway, you were out in Reno, Nevada for the USBC, which is the United States Bowling Congress. The PBA is the professional arm of bowling. The USBC is everybody.
Yeah, USBC is the governing body of bowling. Yeah, so basically that event, anyone sanctioned, USB sanctioned in the world could bowl it. They average probably 55 to 60,000 people a year,
including PBA. It's not restricted. Anyway.
Yeah, people from all over the world come bowl it. It's kind of nice. It's you bowl 9 games, singles event, doubles event, and team event. So for me, it's always been kind of my non-competitive fun tournament with my friends. We usually get 10 people, 2 teams of 5, and we go as a group, and it's it's one of those like mini vacations type things.
We point out too, from the time the tournament starts, it runs over many, many months. There are 55,000 people to compete in this thing.
Yeah, it starts at 7 in the morning and don't get done like 2 in the morning every single day. So yeah, it's a huge event, fun event. If you are a USBC sanctioned bowler, I highly suggest you do it at least once.
How do you get to be a USBC sanctioned bowler?
Any bowling center you can sanction. If you bowl league, most likely you already are. But
okay.
Yeah, it's not hard. Any bowling center you go into, you get sanctioned. It's a fun event. It's 2 days only. You bowl team event first. You bowl 3 games to your team event.
That's the finals now we're talking about. Or are we talking about during run up?
All the way through it, you bowl 9 games.
6 months, right?
Yeah, 6 months. It goes on forever, and yeah, so it's just a fun time for me to go hang with my friends, and honestly, sometimes bowling gets in the way of that there, but I'm one of the fortunate enough guys that I bowl enough competitive stuff throughout the year that's my time to have fun with friends. So yeah, you bowl 9 games. You bowl 3 games singles, 3 games of doubles, and 3 games of team.
And this most recent one, you walked away with the high series.
Yeah, it's fortunate enough to throw a lot of strikes for the singles event.
836 for a
Yeah.
series is not bad.
No. I started with 290. Spare struck out for 290 the first game, thinking, all right, shoot 470 last two, get 750 out of this, 760. It'd be a great set. Get a few bucks back in brackets, and then I just kept striking. So it don't happen. It don't happen often enough, unfortunately. But yeah, I had a 9-bagger in all 3 games, which
Wow.
it was fun, especially and I was with a bunch of friends sharing the moment with them. So, and honestly, like I think when I turn around, there was more people watching that than any PBA event I've ever been at.
And the thing is, I mean, out of 55,000 bowlers, you placed in all the big categories here. Let's see. Doubles, you came in tied for second with a 1377. Singles, singles, total score 836. You were number 1. Team regular, you came in 4th with a 2984. And you placed 6th all events with a, looks like a 2201.
Yeah, 2201. Yeah, that's my.
That was a tie for second.
Yeah.
It was a good run for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Go out there on a mini vacation and make a few bucks is always good. But yeah, so it's something I kind of look forward to, and I was telling you earlier, I always look at it 2 different ways. I mean, you're either going to go out there with friends and try to have a great time, or the other aspect, I have other buddies that go out there and they're strictly out there to win team event and team all events, and that's a great thing too. I just I bowl enough serious stuff throughout the year where when I go do something like that, I don't want it to be a grind. I want to have a great time, and
does that help your game? I mean, when you compete on the PBA tour, there's a certain amount of pressure, and you're out there to win, but there is a certain amount of pressure. When you go to the USBC, can you relax, just have fun, and does that help your game?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely more relaxing. Obviously, at PBA, I'm out there bowling. I'm bowling for my living. So USBC is a little bit different. Yeah, I have lots of money invested in it. There's money to make, but I'm thinking if I make a couple $1,000s and pay for my trip, I'm okay with it. And where the PBA is, it's my livelihood. So it's definitely a different kind of pressure. USBC compared to PBA, but they're both. I enjoy them both in a different level.
But the other thing too is, in the PBA you have sponsors, and you have to perform to a certain level to keep those sponsors.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not performing, it's you lose sponsorship pretty quickly out there. I mean, there's so many great bowlers coming up that are looking for good sponsors. I've been fortunate enough to have Motive, Vice, and some huge sponsors that's helped me out throughout my whole career. And I'm one of the fortunate ones. I get to bowl for a living and still get paid. And so, no, I couldn't be any more fortunate than I have been.
Let me ask you this, Tommy. You've been at it professionally for 18 years, and you bowled most of your life anyway. How's the equipment changed over those years? Is the ball you throw today much different from what you did, say, when you first got in the PBA?
Yes and no. So, yeah, they are stronger than they were, but they've just, to combat that, they've just put more oil in the lane.
That's what was going to be my next question.
Yeah,
the balls seem to turn a lot more.
They do hook more, so to combat that, the USBC and PBA, they put more oil in the lane. Where we used to have 18, 19 mils, now we have 35, 36.
Whoa!
So yeah, they've doubled in oil in the last 20 years also.
To show you how far back I go, I mean, the last bowling ball I owned was a Don Carter.
Yeah, that's
hard rubber, kind of a textured surface.
Yeah,
and you could throw it down maybe the right 3 arrows, and maybe it'd hook into the pocket, and that's about it.
Yeah, technology's changed a little bit since then. Just a tad.
Just a touch.
Yeah.
Materials have changed. Everything has changed, right?
Yeah, it's it's there really hasn't been a revolutionary different thing in bowling, in the bowling ball industry, at least that I've seen in like 10 years, as far as cores and covers.
But when I've watched you bowl, you pretty much start from the left side of the lane, and you're curving that ball all the way out to the right and all the way back in again.
Yeah, I'm old.
And I'm going, how do they do that?
Well, I'm old and throw it slow, so yeah, that's what happens.
He's not that old, friends. Don't let him give you that. Not even in bowling, because I mean, a lot of bowlers have reached 50s, 60s, and still bowl.
Oh yeah. I
You
hope
got a long way to go.
I hope I still have a couple of good years left in me, but we'll see.
And also, I noticed that on the professional tours, you guys carry a lot of balls.
Yeah, way too many. So yeah, I'm pretty much forced to drive everywhere I go because I carry somewhere between 20 and 30.
What?
To every event, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
So yeah, when we travel the whole United States every year, it's basically driving because to ship bowling balls all the time.
Oh, it's expensive.
Yeah, it's unaffordable, and so yeah.
Well, you have a bowling ball sponsor?
Yeah, Moto's my sponsor.
So they don't take them there and have them ready for you?
No, I mean honestly, they're such great people. They probably would for us if we needed to, but I mean. Yeah, so it's just back to the trucks. You're going week to week to week to week. We're allowed to. There's a PBA semi that will carry some bowling balls for you, but only 9 per week. So 9's not quite enough. So it's just
why is 9 not enough? What do all these balls? How do they differ from each other?
Well, it's multiple things. So it's the amount of hook that they hook and where they hook at is the difference. So you might have this. I carry one bowling ball, Black Venom. I have at least 6 with me at all times. It's the same exact bowling ball, just drilled slightly different with different surfaces. So what happens is I have one that rolls super early and don't hook much, and then one goes way down lane and hooks a ton, and then 5 in between those that do a little bit different things. So it's such a technical sport, and we're bowling on oil, which you can't see. The invisible objects, I think.
How many balls do you have to lay down on a lane before you figure out what that lane does?
Generally probably 7 or 8. I mean, I guess if you've already been bowling all day and you're going to a different pair, it's generally 2 or 3. We have ball reps though that are out there like scouting pairs for you. You're on this pair, then you go to the next pair. He's like, oh yeah, you need to move 4 or 5 left because this lane hooks way more. So we do have people out there helping us out that way. But yeah, generally it's if you've been bowling and you kind of know what the pattern is already, and you're just going to a different pair, usually it's 2 or 3 shots. You usually know what's going on by then.
You just watch what it does.
Yeah. Every shot you throw gives you information.
And you're not just moving arrows; you're moving boards, right?
Correct. Yeah. It's sometimes you're playing first arrow, sometimes you're playing 6th arrow. It's just depending on what you're bowling on and what the condition is.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back talking to Tom Smallwood, professional bowler, and recently a big winner in the USBC. I got to remember that, in the United States Bowling Congress in Reno. We'll tell you more when we return. Back with you in studio with me, Tom Smallwood, professional bowler, member of the PBA, winner of several tournaments. He has 3 titles with the PBA. A major and 2 majors and a regular, and just came away from the USBC, United States Bowling Congress in Reno, with the number 1 spot for high series, and placed well in all of the various divisions, and still had fun.
Yeah.
He smiles about it when he talks about it.
Yeah, had great fun out there with good friends. So
is it less pressure to bowl in that than it is in PBA?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's way more laid back. I'm wearing, just normal stuff, but like it's, if you want to have a beverage while you're bowling, you can. If you want to, you're walking around talking to people that you haven't seen in a long time. So, yeah, it's definitely more laid back than the grind for sure.
When you're in that, just out of curiosity, because it's a wide open tournament for amateurs, pros, everything, do you wear your professional shirts?
Generally, because it has all my sponsors on it.
That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
They don't mind you having your sponsors out there.
No. Yeah. So it's I generally wear my jerseys everywhere I bowl, just because I actually love my sponsors and they pay me to wear it. I actually do like my sponsors, so yeah. So that's I always try to wear them wherever I can.
You got a lot of different jerseys.
Yeah, I give so many away for charity events and stuff like that. People ask for them. So yeah, I get whatever 6 to 10 a year, and I generally at the end of the year I give away most of them. So yeah, I'm actually leaving here to drop a bowling ball to a friend for her fundraising thing.
Oh, you wear your balls too?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh.
yeah. When I drill 50 a year, it's not really that big a deal to give a couple away.
Well, it is because you pay for them.
I
Maybe you don't.
I don't pay for them.
That's right.
Fortunately,
That's right. You don't pay for. I forgot about that.
Last 25 years, I haven't paid for a bowling ball, so that's a bonus.
As you mentioned, you had all these different drill patterns. What's the difference in them?
It's just the way they're drilled, and it just makes it hook differently in a different part of the lane or less or more.
Depending on placement of the fingers, really?
Yeah. So every bowling ball has a weight block in it, and the positioning of the weight block where you drill it makes it do different things.
Things we'd never know.
Right. It's still way above my pay grade, even knowing all this stuff. I have my 2 or 3 layouts I really like, and that's all I do.
So for an average amateur who wants to pick up bowling, wants to go out and bowl, do they need to spend the biggest money for the most expensive bowling ball?
No, these days you really don't. The entry level bowling balls are so strong these days because a few companies made them really, really, really good. So every other company had to follow suit, or they just lose that sale there. So, no, not really. I mean, a pair of shoes I think is a must.
Obviously,
alley shoes, it's just not quite. I couldn't average 200 with alley shoes on, and I'm average 240 in league. So I don't think I could average 200 with them. So I think shoes are the most important in getting a bowling ball that fits you.
So getting somebody who knows how to drill.
Yeah. So yeah, you always go look at my local pro shop too. You always go to Wallywood and get hooked up at Northern Lanes.
Is that where you are?
Yeah, for our shoes and a ball, and be ready to go bowl.
Just like that.
Yeah,
Nothing to it.
no, it'll fit your hand. It won't hurt. And
In the old days, when I bowled, straight arm, up the side, I watched today on television, see some of these matches, and I see so many different arm styles and throwing styles. It really isn't the same game that I grew up on, is it?
no, it used to be kind of cookie cutter.
It was, yeah, exactly. Cookie cutter. I was, 1 or 2 arrows on the right side. I'd go down the lane and get toward the end and hook into the pocket if I were lucky.
Yeah,
And that was it,
yeah. It was always square shoulders. Don't drop your right shoulder.
Yep.
And now it is absolutely drop your right shoulder and open your shoulders up, because you have to create room around your hips to throw the ball. And everyone's hooking the ball these days pretty much, and they're hooking it more than ever. So you have to open your hips up, have to open your shoulders up, and drop your right shoulder to do that. So it's just it's a different game, because I still see a lot of I'm fortunate to travel everywhere and see a lot of old school coaches still like, hey, you're dropping your right shoulder. I'm like,
yeah,
you're absolutely supposed to do that. So, but no, I mean, the game has changed. Everything evolves. The tour's been that way too. Went from no two-handers to Belmo being out there. Now it's probably 50-50. And in the last 5 years.
What is there about two hands? I mean, to me, that looks awkward.
Yeah, I've tried to do it. I hurt myself. It's not easy to do. And honestly, with my style, I'm not that far from it.
Belmonte the leading proponent of that?
Yeah, he's changed the game himself. I mean, there's also, Oscar Palermo also was there, but he was the best bowler on the planet for 10 years, and there was no one competing against him. So I think he changed a whole generation, and obviously, you take your thumb out. It's easier to create rev rate, which rev rate creates more room on the lane to hit the pocket. So it's definitely an advantage, especially for someone who can't create rev rate by themselves. It's to your thumb out, some of your ball hooks all over the lane.
Because you're using that second hand to.
Well, it's just put your hand in the right position and get around the ball. The hardest part about bowling is getting your thumb out.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's not in there. That goes away.
And they don't use it, dude. They don't use the thumb hole?
Nope.
2 fingers in a slot, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
So yeah, it's in the last few years on tour, it's really been it's been a game changer. The lanes change much faster now because the rev rates are so much higher. Where when I've been out there for 1,000 years, but I was one of the higher rev rates at then, and now I'm middle of the pack or maybe below middle.
Does that force you to adjust your game?
Yeah, I don't like to do that either. I like to just be able to stay in the same spot and throw it the same way. But no, yeah, it transitions the lanes way faster, and so it's just, like I said earlier, it's evolution of any sport. It's just what happens.
All right, take one more break, come back, finish up talking to Tom Smallwood here on the Art Lewis Show.
Campaign season is funny.
All right, we're back with you in studio with me, professional bowler Tom Smallwood, who is also a darn good golfer, just a natural athlete.
You look at me, you don't say athlete pretty much ever.
Well, you are, though. I mean, anybody in any professional sport, even bowling, takes a certain amount of athletic skill. First of all, to go out and practice 2-3 hours and more a day takes a certain amount of stamina.
Yeah,
I mean,
it does. Yeah,
you got to be in reasonably good shape to do that, Tom. Come on now.
Well,
Don't short yourself.
heavy on the ish, but yeah. Yeah, my practice sessions aren't quite 4 hours long. They used to be 5 hours long. They're more like the short and sweet hour and a half session. You get 6 or 7 games in real fast, and then get back to life. But yeah, when I was younger, first get on tour, I did 2 a days all the time, where I'd bowl for 2 or 3 hours, 2.5 hours, take a lunch break, and then come back and bowl for another hour and a half or so. Those days have mostly passed me. When I'm really, really getting ready for a tournament, I'll bowl a lot, and then I'll have 1 or 2 a days. I feel like I get the most out of those. But yeah, these days, being 48 and old and out of shape, it's just
48 and old out of shape. You hear that, folks? I'm almost twice his age. He's telling me he's old.
Well, you're in better shape than me, though.
I wouldn't go. I doubt that. I doubt that very seriously. I mean, I used to throw a 16-pound ball. I don't know that I can do that anymore. And the balls have gotten lighter, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, majority of people throw 15-pound bowling balls nowadays on tour. I throw 14. I've been throwing 14 for 2.5, 3 years. I'd never go back. I don't see no reason for it. I feel like my accuracy went up, my rev rate went up.
No, that's the key. You have to find the ball that works for you.
Yeah, for sure.
The weight, the drill, the material.
Yeah, it's not that hard to figure out if you know bowling at all, and if you're around someone that knows bowling, they can figure you out in pretty short time. Just watch you bowl a little bit.
I always thought about getting back into it. I always liked it. I used to bowl in a league and all of that, and back in the day, long time ago, I think I used to carry a 186 or something like that. It was decent.
Yeah,
For me, I was happy.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, we can always hook you up with the bowling ball if you ever.
Oh, I'm sure you could.
I know a guy or two might have some.
Yeah, I guess, but I'd also want to take some lessons.
I'm not the best at that, but I'll try to help you out.
Yeah, all right. Well, you're on. You're on. So you go to the USBC. You had to compete for several months before that, right? In different events to qualify to get into the finals.
For USBC, no. The USBC just sign and bowl. That's why you have so many people bowl. Just one of those things. You go bowl your 9 games, you post your score, and if whatever ends up, it ends up. But this year, obviously bowled a great singles event.
Yeah, but 55,000 people don't show up in Reno.
Yeah, throughout 6 months, they all show up in Reno.
Oh, for the 6 months.
Yes.
But the finals the last couple of weeks.
No, it's just
how do you qualify to get into that?
It's no qualifying for you in the finals. I went, I think in May, end of May, and you just post your score. So everyone goes from February till July. Everyone goes and bowls their 9 games, and you end up wherever you end up. So
was everything done in Reno then? So
everything's done in Reno.
So everybody has to go out to Reno.
There's no finals, no nothing. You post your 9 games, and that's your score, and that's where you're ranked at. That's where you're stopped.
Wow.
So. Yeah. So 3 games has a high for 55,000 people. So I mean,
Well, so to end up tied for second or first in the high series category, and you're tied for second, third. I mean that's pretty significant, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely a good event.
This was a good year for you.
Yeah. For having a bad PBA year, this one it felt a little better. Yeah.
And it is interesting to me that a professional athlete like yourself, who's been bowling a long, long time, can go out one day, throw your ball exactly the same, strike, go out the next day, throw the ball exactly the same, spare, miss, strike, spare, miss. It really is different every day, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think in any sport you play, it's that way. I've had days where I felt the best of, as good as I can feel and not strike ever, just can't keep up. And then days you feel like this is awful, and all of a sudden you're striking a ton. Like when I shot 830 in Reno, I didn't feel like I was throwing good at all. I felt awful. My timing felt weird, and
keep that feeling.
Yeah, but by then, like at the end, like because we bowled doubles first, you bowled 3 games, and then you bowled 3 games of singles. The middle that double set, I'm like, man, I gotta figure something out. And then something just a little clicked, and ball changed, and suddenly everything started falling.
Yeah, and 836, that's not a bad series.
No. Yeah.
Well, Tommy, listen, it's always fun chatting with you. Known Tom a long time, and his lovely wife Jen, who works here. And I can remember. I remember when you turned pro, and that first year, and you won the world. How did that feel like? I mean, when you went into the PBA, what were you expecting?
Completely honestly, like I thought I was good enough to make a show. I didn't think I was ever good enough to win. Like that was my thought. Like I always told Jen, if I ever got exempt, I think I'm good enough to stay exempt. Am I going to ever win? I don't know, but I feel like I was good enough to be in that top 50 every year to keep your status. And and
you did.
And apparently I wasn't lying.
Tom Smallwood, thanks for being with us, Tommy.
Thank you, sir. Great seeing you.
And we'll take a break. Tell you what's ahead coming up on Focus.
Thinking Kia? Think Daylin Kia.
All right, that'll do it for the Art Lewis Show for today. Thanks for Tom Smallwood for being with us. Coming up, Kevin LeDuc's going to join us to talk about River Days in Midland. All of that happens after the news. ABC first, and then Michael Perchik comes along with the local report. I'm Art Lewis. We'll talk to you on Focus after the news.
Broadcasting from the